everybody? My name is Oscar, and this is TSS Vlogs, a place where you learn a little bit about me. Maybe I'll learn a little bit about you. Who knows? So today's topic is going to be a little more serious, but not really. I'm going to try to make it short and sweet and kind of to the point, and maybe a little happy, I guess. Who knows? But today we will be talking about something that some people really, really enjoy. Some people are really, really against, and it's kind of more your opinion. But this is today. But what we will be talking about is the Marines. You know, the few, the proud, the Marines, and the reason is in January of 2014, which is this year, for those who didn't know, I signed up to, and I don't want to say enlisted, uh, but I did enlist um, to join the Marine Corps, and it was honestly one of the best choices I ever made. Now, granted, obviously, by me making these videos and me being here, I didn't actually go to boot camp or anything, and I'll explain that later on. But the reason I say it's a touchy subject is because a lot of people are against military, they're against war, and my family wasn't all too happy about it. I had my uncles, some of them were kind of like iffy, and then most of my aunts and mom were sad. But my mom eventually started talking to more friends who had um, sons in the Marines, and like just nephews in the Marines, and how they said they loved it, and some people of course didn't like it. But I think there's one of those things where uh, some people join for the wrong reasons. Some people join honestly, like a lot of things that I heard was the idea that on like people had it in their mind that this was gonna be like Call of Duty. This was gonna be this super awesome thing where you just get to shoot guns all the time, and just I no, but and then they regretted it because they realized how hard this is. Like, Marines are supposed to be one of the hardest branch in the military. And that's what they're known for. To be the first to go in and all these other things. And some people joined and they didn't like it, and they said that it was the worst choice they made, and they advised other people not to go. And I heard that a lot. But, you know, it's really up to what you think. And in my opinion, I did it because since I was little, I always thought about it, to be honest. It's one of those things where I felt like there's so much that we have, so many freedoms that we have, so many things that we're allowed to do, and there has to be someone protecting us. Like, I get that some people are against war and some people against the military, but to be honest, like, we're not living in a world where peace is like prevalent around the whole world. You know, you have to fight to earn your freedoms. You have to fight to have the things that we're allowed to have. But yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Some people just don't like the idea of it. But if you're not gonna fight in, then that's on you. You do what you want to do. But there are people out there who want to protect this country and who want to fight for this country. And I'm not trying to sit here and kind of preach and say like, oh, well, everybody should join the military. It's not for everybody. And I can't say maybe it wasn't for me. I didn't actually go to boot camp, and the reason for that was in the process of making weight. And I was only like 15 pounds away from making weight. Uh, I was at one point at 260, and I got down to 235. And I'm 6 foot tall, or 6'1", and the maximum weight I was allowed to be at was 225. And so I was trying to get to that, and I hurt my knee. It started popping a lot. Running got a little more difficult. So I was told that I have to lay off for a while on my knee. Kind of sucked because I could no longer run. I got really used to working out. I went to PT and not personal training. I mean, yeah, not personal training that people do when they get injured. Which whenever I told people I had PT that day, they're like, "Oh, what did you injure?" And then I eventually caught on. Went to physical training every day, and it was pretty amazing. I met a lot of cool people, and I feel bad that I'm no longer doing that. Like I said, my knee is better now, and I can start running again. I can do all these other things, and I have reasons for not going back. I don't know if I want to explain them yet in this video, but maybe in the future. And but it is in my mind, and it's still in my mind sometimes, and I still think about it because now that I'm better, it's like a thing that I want to do, but I feel like I've gone too far into. I've already enlisted in school. I'm in school. I'm doing things like this, and like this is not like a big thing yet or at all. But I'm in school now, and just to cancel and then go off and join the military and then like do all this other thing. Um, I didn't think I was gonna get better this fast. I really wish that everything would have gone good. At the same time, because it didn't happen, there's some things that opened up in my life. There's a lot of there's a lot of new things going on, and maybe if I would have gone off, I wouldn't have experienced these new things, and maybe if I did go off, I would experience even better things. But who knows? But I'm happy where I'm at right now. I mean, I still get calls from the recruiter and just checking in on me. That I like that though. Like he always says, the Marine Corps didn't forget about you. It's nice. It's nice to know that if like I want to go back, I can go back. So I was just gonna try to make this video short and sweet. I'm just like losing my train of thought at the moment, so it's making it kind of difficult. Um, but no, I mean, if there's anybody out there who's watching this video for some reason and they decide that they want to do this or are thinking about doing it, like I said, it's not for everyone, but I had a lot of fun. And like fun in, I don't want to say fun like, oh, it was super joyful and all this stuff, but yeah, because it was hard. Like even just PT was pretty difficult. I mean, for some people, if you're athletic, it's pretty easy. But for me, like I was super overweight, and I decided that I want to do this, and they helped me throughout the process. Like I lost all that weight, and I know I said 15. I was 15 pounds away. I was more like 10 pounds away. Um, but my recruiter wanted me to at least go down 5 pounds less than the maximum. So I'm not at the like tipping point. So when I went off to Milwaukee, which is where they kind of do in here in Wisconsin, is where like the final step is. You go over there, and you get go through all the tests and everything like that, and then you get in. So fucking hell, that's my train thought. But yeah, it was hard, but it was fun at the same time. Like I said, I lost all that weight once again, and it was an experience, and I got to learn a lot of weird new things, a lot of new exercises that I kind of still use now when I work out, and I liked a lot to learn a lot of cadences. I got to learn some of the rankings and all that kind of fun stuff. And it honestly felt like a family, like, and I think that's one thing that kind of like is appealing to people, especially maybe people that have like rough home lives or like don't really talk to much other people, because when you go, like the minute I entered, everybody was just nice to me, and the recruiter was nice, and he told everybody else like, hey, nobody puts anyone down here. Like you're all gonna help each other. you're all now like basically family. And even though it was a mixed group of people, because some people already enlisted and already had their dates to go off to boot camp, and then some people like me and other people were just there to try to make weight, and some people were just waiting until they turned of age. Because I think there was even juniors there that were working out with us, and like he would always just say, nobody put each other down. One thing that stuck in my mind that that I still use, because like I feel like I'm the same way, not the same way as my recruiter, because he's a better man, but I remember one time one of us like fucked up on something, and he just like he said like that he tries to be nice with us, and he tries to, and these are not his words, but I'm trying to like remember exactly what he's saying, because everything up until the point that I actually remember, I totally remember. But he tries to be nice with us. He tries to be cool. Other recruiters, and aren't as cool and chill as laid back as him. But the thing, and then he said, "Don't take my kindness as a weakness." And I don't know, it just like stuck in my mind, like, because I put this in a whole different context, but but maybe not, like, because that is something that I like to use now and say now, because like a lot of people do, if you are too nice, and if you're are kind of seem like you're weak-willed and that you're just kind of a pushover because you're being kind, because you're doing this, it's like I'm being kind, but do not confuse the fact that I'm being nice, the fact that I'm being kind, as a weakness. Like, you know, the minute I have to get serious, I'm gonna get serious. The minute I have to be mad, I'm gonna be mad. And I think he just wanted, and I knew that's what he just kind of wanted to understand. Like, hey, I'm being nice to you, but don't fuck up. Like, don't think that I'm gonna let you slide all the time over like certain things. Because I did fuck up. I did mess up a lot, and but he was always there. He was always like, "Don't worry," all this other stuff. And then eventually he got kind of harder, and I got it, and I knew that's what I was gonna go into. And I kind of liked the fact that like I was getting pushed. I think there's a ghost upstairs or something. I have no idea. So I'm sorry about that. But maybe in the future I'll kind of go more in depth, or I'll like do a part two of things that I missed out on when I did this one. But yeah, my name is Oscar, and thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you tomorrow.